Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. A few weeks ago I recorded a video showing how to delete blank rows with VBA. I'll link that video in the description in case you haven't seen it. And the main takeaway from that video was the importance of looping backwards when deleting rows in VBA. That video showed the so-called brute force algorithm. It works, and as they say, if it works, don't touch it. But the problem is that this kind of algorithm can be extremely slow and inefficient when working with large dataset. And that's what we're going to test today. And I have a dataset with gibberish data that I created with Python, and I have another video for this that I'll also link in the description. And here we have 100,000 rows. So let's delete all rows that have here in column F X as value. And I'll go back to the Visual Basic Editor. And I also want to see how much time it will take for this process to complete. Therefore, I have used here the timer function, which I will not explain now. And let's run. So I'm gonna click run here. And we see the process started, but I guess it will take some time. So I'm going to pause the video now, and let's continue after it finishes. Hey, welcome back. And as we can see in the immediate window, the process took 571 seconds to run, which is almost 10 minutes, and it's super slow. It's actually way slower than I expected, and I assume it's probably partially because the software that I use to record my screen also consumes enough processing memory, so maybe that's why it's so slow. But yeah, imagine if you have to do this across 10 or 20 worksheets, then it would have taken forever. So let's see how many rows we have now. So we have 50,173. So I'll record this here. 50,173. And then I will create a new module, and I'll copy the subroutine there. And let's start a new subroutine, which I will call delete rows faster. And hopefully it's going to be faster. We'll see now. And almost half of that subroutine will be the same. So I think I'll simply delete this part for now. Yeah, we will need those variables, and I will also want to see how much time it will take. And I have also here the backup worksheet that I will use to copy the data in order to write the subroutine and test it. So what we're going to do is we're not going to be deleting rows one by one. The idea is to sort the data in a way that all rows are pushed to the bottom of the data, and then we will delete them at once in one go. So it's going to be way faster. And to do this, I'm going to use two helper columns. One of the helper columns will be simply to mark the rows that are about to be deleted with 1 and the rest with 0. And I will also want another helper column to indicate the row. So here it's going to be 2, 3, and 4. I want this so that after I delete all the rows that must be deleted, I want to use that helper column to sort the data back to its original order, and this we're not going to mess anything up. So let's do this. And here I will start a loop. I already have found the last row, and I have declared these variables. So for I equals 2 to last row, and in this case it doesn't matter. It's not needed to loop backwards. So here I, however, would like to make this dynamic, so I don't want to hardcode here column G. Therefore, I will find also the last column. And the last column will be worksheet.cells on the first row, columns.count, and excel up.column. Actually, not excel up, of course, excel to left dot column. And let's set headers for these helpers. Maybe I'll delete them afterwards, but for the demo at least. So worksheet.cells on row 1 and column last call plus 1. That value will be helper 1. If I copy paste this and change this to 2, this is going to be helper 2. And here I can write an if statement. So if worksheet.cells on row I and column F is the 6th column, so 6 dot value, if this is equal to X, then, and if, then those are the records that must be deleted. So the first helper column, which will be last row plus 1, that value will be 1, else it's going to be 0. And for the second helper, I will simply write that worksheet.cells I on column last call plus 2 dot value will be equal to the row, and the rows are stored in the I variable, so here I can directly write I. And if I click run now, okay, this was completed in less than 3 seconds. And here I can see that we have the 2 helpers created, and those records that must be deleted here have been marked with 1 in this first helper column. So I will delete this now, and the next step will be to sort the data. So here I will write after the loop ws.columns.sort. Key 1 will sort based on the first helper column. So this is ws.cells on row 1, and the column index will be last call plus 1. We want to sort in ascending order, and we must ensure that the header argument is set to Excel yes. So if I now click run, we should see that all the records that are about to be deleted have been moved to the bottom of the data. So now what we need to do is to loop through that helper column, the first helper column, and try to find the first row which is about to be deleted, and then we will create a dynamic range that will store all these cells, and we will delete it in one go. So let's do this. But first, I already changed the order of the row, so I will use the backup once again to copy paste. And here, let's write another loop. So for I equals 2 to last row, next I. And I will write here that if worksheet cells on row I and last co plus 1 dot value equals 1, then and if here I will declare a variable for the range that we will delete. So I will call it range to delete, and it's going to be of type range. And here let's set it. So it's going to be set range to delete will be the range of cells where the first cell will be on row I and column 1, and the last cell will be on row last row, and the column will be last co. And just to test that it works, I'm going to select it first, and then to delete it, I can either write range to delete dot clear, or I can write range to delete that entire row dot delete. I will use the clear method, but both work. And at this stage, it's extremely important to exit this second loop. So here I will write exit 4. So let's put a stop marker here. And I will click run. And now if I click F8, and let's see the range that was selected. Now those two columns, we will delete them anyway at the end of the subroutine, so I'm not worried about them. But what's important is that it has selected all the rows that seem to have X here in column delete until the end of the dataset. So now, if I click here F8 and go back to the worksheet, then we will see that all these columns, all these rows have been deleted. So now what we need to do is also delete these two columns. So here, after the loop, I will simply write worksheet.columns last co plus 1 dot clear, and one more time. So I'm going to remove the stop marker, and let's see, I will copy the data back from the backup sheet, and let's see how much time will it take. And let's delete these two helper columns. And yeah, this is the entire subroutine. So let's click run now and see how many seconds it will need. Okay, this time it needed 2.85 seconds. And actually I should delete this select method. Of course, in a real world project, we should never use that select. So let's do it one more time, and hopefully this will be the last time. Copy and paste. And let's clean here the unnecessary lines. So click run. And it takes less than 3 seconds. And let's verify that we have the same number of rows. 50,173, 50,173. So yeah, sometimes the brute force algorithm isn't the fastest one. And actually this is not even the fastest possible solution. I think there is an even faster method that doesn't require any looping whatsoever, and if you're interested in this, then I can make a video on the topic in the future. So that's going to be it for today. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comments and I'll reply as soon as I can. And I'll see you in the next one.